Let me fucking scoot back a little so I don't punch the microphone.
Hey, come listen to our podcast, yeah. Please listen, it's a hitch. If you don't listen to our podcast, yeah, then you are a bitch.
Maybe that one.
Welcome to Filmoscopy, a quaint little podcast where three-ish friends get together and talk about a movie. Today is a very special, monumental occasion. We are covering the final Friday the 13th movie thus far in the series, Friday the 13th, the reboot, remake, 2009 greatest hits, however you want to call it. And today, I have my two usual cohorts, Cody.
Hello.
Owen.
Hello.
And guest starring on another episode from his own podcast, I'll Take Three.
Three what?
Exactly. Alex.
Hello.
Oh God, this is so silly as a bit. Before we go like any further in this movie, I got to shout out this one guy. I think Cody's seen the comment. We've had this guy comment on 3 different episodes on Spotify on our podcast. His name is Cassie on the Beat, or maybe it's her name. I don't know. Cassie on the Beat. I appreciate your feedback, just in general. Like, they've commented on it, and they were like, this is the funny exchange we had with this person. They go, nobody likes the Sony Marvel movies. What the fuck? With the sick face. And I was just like, hey, thank you so much for checking us out, leaving a comment. We hope you stick around. And he goes, oh, I still love your podcast. Just never heard anyone defend the Sony movies. Keep up the good work, y'all.
Oh, that's
So
so
awesome.
So, Cassie on the Beat, thank you very much. I hope you're listening to this episode. It's going to be way in the future from when you did comment on it, but thank you.
I don't think I've ever defended any of the Sony superhero movies.
No,
on here.
it's me.
Yeah, it's mostly just you.
It's me. I don't care. I'll fight to the death. I got my Venom trilogy. Fuck y'all. But no, that's neither here nor there. So I gotta start off with my own little part 4 monologue here. I was telling Alex this. I was getting a little nostalgic yesterday when I got done looking at the Crystal Lake Memories documentary portion of this movie. I had Cody check. He has my book, Crystal Lake Memories, and there's nothing covering this book. And in the commentary on the documentary saying, yeah, there's not a chapter in this book yet. Of course, that documentary came out in 2013. And he was like, yeah, I knew when I wrote the book, which came out in 2006, like, okay, they're going to do a reboot now. It's not going to be the complete history of Friday the 13th, but whatever. So there wasn't anything on that, but I was thinking after I was listening to it, I'm like, man, what really got me in the door listening to podcasts like ongoing, not just like 1 or 2 episodes because they interviewed somebody I liked, was Alex. He introduced me to In Voorhees We Trust with Gorley and Rust, which was on the now defunct Stitcher app, where you had to pay to listen to podcasts, which is fucking insane. But he let me borrow it. I listened to a couple episodes, and then I ended up signing up for myself just because I loved it so much. Friday the 13th Part 6 is my first ever horror movie I watched. I talked about that plenty on this show, along with Halloween 2. So this is going to be the last time I cover Jason Voorhees, because the Jason universe in Horror Inc. or whatever the company is can't get their head of their ass to do anything with Jason. So I'm not suspecting anything in at least the next 10 years other than this TV show.
Well, you got that beer ad, right?
I got the beer ad. That was okay. Like, I was just excited for it. But when I watched it and then I rewatched this movie, I'm like, damn, man, that Jason's really fucking skinny on that beer ad. The Sweet Revenge, if anybody's listening to us. We talked about that a little bit on the show. Alex, you weren't a big fan of that, were you?
No, not really. I think the whole just it being a big commercial soured it for me.
Yeah. It feels it's like they're grasping at straws, like just to keep any notoriety for Jason whatsoever. Um, and we talked about. I've broke it down, I think, a couple times on the show. The Crystal Lake show that's coming out, which is a triple combined venture between A24, Victor Miller's camp, and Sean Cunningham's camp. And the only reason that this show exists is because somebody's paid them to do the show. So the profits are split like three ways. Whereas with a movie, you got to have somebody come up with the movie production budget and the promotional budget, because Sean Cunningham and Victor Miller aren't going to pay for that. Victor gets the domestic rights. Sean gets the international rights. So you got to tally up all that money after the box office, pay the theaters, and then split it the three ways between the three companies. No one's going to make a profit off that movie. So that's why I don't think at any point that we're going to get a Jason movie until one of the parties ends up passing away or selling the rights, which isn't going to happen. So this is what we got. 2009's Friday the 13th reboot. So real quick, we'll go around the table. Owen, was this the first time you ever watched this movie?
I want to say, I think I may have seen this before, but I mean, I can't remember, so sure.
Okay. Cody, had you seen this before?
Yeah, I've seen it once, roughly 10 years ago or so. But today was my first time, like only my second time watching it.
Okay. Alex, on guess how many times you watched this movie?
I think this was probably just the third time I've seen it. Maybe even second, but I'm pretty sure I saw it when it first came out, and then I watched it a few years ago when I did the whole rewatch along with the In Voorhees We Trust podcast. So I think this was the third time.
Okay. Well, my first time was we're going to do a callback real quick. When I was dating a certain movie theater manager, she actually screened the movie for me and her little brother and herself after the theater kind of like closed. So I think I had swung by her house or her parents' house to pick up her brother, came to the theater, and like she got the one showing, like just a one screen, so we've got to watch it like before it ever got released. We watched it on like a Tuesday night or something, and I think after that we deposited at the bank, and we went to Steak and Shake or wherever when they were still open 24 hours. So that was my first ever showing to see it, and I was super stoked, and I was hoping it was going to be successful. Obviously, like, man, I hope, like, I'm over here thinking in my head, like, so where are they going to go? Since this movie's kind of like 1 through 4 wrapped up, where are they going to go with the next one? Is what I was kind of thinking. I was naive enough to think that it was going to spawn a whole new series of Jason movies. But I've watched it over time periodically. I'd say I'm going to go ahead and just round it up. I've probably seen this movie around 10 times. It's been out for 16 years. So really almost 17, because it came out in February 2009. We're like 2.5 months away from February 2026, which is fucking crazy. So yeah, that's my first showing of this. Let's see here. Let me get over the quick details. The production budget was $19 million. It had a grand total of the box office, which I felt like was over 100. I guess I was wrong. It made $92.7 million, which, I mean, think about it, guys. Like, that's more money than any solo Friday the 13th movie's ever fucking made, and they didn't make a fucking sequel after this. Like, I think that's fucking insane. And the reasoning...
Wasn't the reasoning because of, like, the license was being reverted back to Paramount or something?
No.
Like that?
So I'll go into those details for you in just a minute. It's kind of bonkers. So, as anything Friday the 13th, it's never clear cut who in the fuck owns what. But Paramount owned the Tommy Jarvis character, the Pamela Voorhees character, the Friday the 13th name, but they sold the rights to Jason Voorhees to New Line Home Cinema in the early 90s. So that's why you have Jason Goes to Hell, and Jason X, and then Freddy versus Jason. At no point in any of those titles does it say Friday the 13th. It's because Paramount still owned it. The guys over at New Line approached Platinum Dunes, which is Michael Bay and his cronies, about, hey, do you mind doing a reboot of Jason like you did Texas Chainsaw Massacre? You've already done this for us. And they were already hoping to do it. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So they spent a year negotiating with Paramount to get the rights to everything, because at one point they did want to include the Tommy Jarvis character, which was scrapped. But they've got the Friday the 13th name. Paramount and New Line are both backing this movie. Paramount gets the international rights for distribution. New Line gets the domestic rights. Let's see here. So what ended up happening, which is just crazy. At one point, the rights, New Line gave up the rights to Paramount because they wanted to co-promote Interstellar, that movie with Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, really? It's tied to that.
Yes. So Paramount ended up getting the rights to it. I know the fucking stories on here. Let's see here. Yeah, you fucking assholes. I was so excited about this stuff. So Paramount got the rights for an extended period of time at that point. But then the rights reverted back to New Line Home Cinema back in 2018 / Warner Brothers, which, as me and Cody have talked about on plenty of episodes of Warner Brothers, the gold mine of knowledge and knowing how to run franchises. So Interstellar, that's why Paramount got the full rights to Friday the 13th. They end up canceling the Friday the 13th reboot sequel because Rings, the newer installment to the Ring franchise, bombed at the box office. So they said, no, there's no money in this. And then New Line, like I said, I had just seen this.
That sounds ridiculous.
It is. Now, it gets even worse. You want one last thing, Cody, because we've talked about this movie before. I believe either Paramount or it was New Line. I can't remember. I just saw this like an hour ago, so I can't remember the whole how it was. But whoever was producing Darren Aronofsky's Mother, the funds that were going to be used to produce a Friday the 13th sequel were instead shifted to that movie, which also bombed at the box office. So, yeah. Jason just got fucked over. He made a great box office. And, just because you have too many mouths to feed at this point, that's why no one's making any money. Like, Platinum Dune's got to get paid. New Line's got to get paid. Paramount's got to get paid. Victor Miller got paid a little bit. They kind of screwed him out of a payday because they said this wasn't a remake, and when they condensed the part 1 section to like a 3-minute segment at the beginning, they didn't have to pay him that much. He even went to court and ended up losing the battle at that point. And then you got to pay Sean Cunningham, the pariah that he is. So that's why I think we're never getting a Friday the 13th movie, because I just told you all that, and it doesn't make sense, does it? Like, from like a logistics standpoint, like, oh wait, we got to feed all these people while trying to make money for ourselves. It's just not going to happen unless that movie grosses like $500 million, which it won't. So yeah, we're going to get this fucking TV show. Hopefully it doesn't suck. Yeah, that's the sad state of franchise Friday the 13th. So I get to blame, I guess, Interstellar to a certain extent why a movie wasn't put out, and then later on Mother, because I guess they wanted to go with the artsy fartsy movie that fucking sucked. Yeah.
Mother.
So Cody,
more like motherfucker.
Yeah, I was rewatching a scene from the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie Commando, and the security guards look at him and goes, 6'2", 250 pounds. He's one gigantic motherfucker. And I think that shit's so fucking funny. Yeah. So. Yeah, so Michael Bay. Now, Michael Bay, I don't think really had much to do with this movie. It was his buddies, Andrew Form and Brad Fuller. They were on set almost every day. Now, have you guys seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake back in 2003?
Yes.
Yeah, I was
Yep,
just
many
actually
times.
talking about that with my wife last night when we were watching this. I was like, gosh, I should rewatch that and see if that holds up at all.
I was thinking the
Yeah.
same thing when I was watching it this morning, because it I mean, obviously being the same production company and all that, it has like a very similar like
Feel?
vibe to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Cody, you guys want to know why it has a certain like almost identical vibe to that movie?
Isn't it the
Because
same?
I
Director?
got something. Same director and same producers from that movie.
Wow.
Now, different writing team. I think they had one of the original creators of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre part of the production team for that remake. So you had the same director. They originally wanted let's see here. They actually wanted the director from the Jonathan Liebelsman. He's the one that actually directed Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning, that prequel movie.
Ugh.
They wanted him to come do this, and he said, nah. So they got Marcus Nispel, the director of that movie, to come back. So it was like a family reunion. But, like, at some point, there was a souring in the relationship on set because Marcus was getting upset that they were changing the script almost on a daily basis. And it never got any better from what people said. Like, the cast and crew, got along great. Like, for the most part, it was just really the directors. They kind of summarized it like mom and dad were fighting, but we never really saw it. But so yeah, that's why this has a very Texas Chainsaw Massacre feel, even with that woman who I guess is kind of I don't know. I don't think she's supposed to be a stand-in for Crazy Ralph, but she feels the closest thing to Crazy Ralph. Like she just gives that cryptic
I was
warning.
gonna ask you if she was more, because I couldn't remember. I know you were talking about the woman that lives in that house, the one that's
With
like
the dog. Yeah.
folks who go missing around here don't ever come back now. You see,
And at the middle of nowhere with Eustace back. Yeah.
with Eustace Bangs. I was gonna ask if she was supposed to be like kind of like the reboot's homage to the old woman who had the son that was making the gigantic pot of soup.
Oh
or
no.
whatever.
No. That woman was too funny. That's Ethel. Ethel, man, she has probably a top 3 line in this entire series. When he goes, yeah, you tell them, Ma, and she goes, would you shut the fuck up? Fucking just glorious, absolutely glorious, like delivery in that fucking line. Like when I say shut the fuck up, I think in my mind I sound like her. Would you shut the fuck up? She emphasizes every word. No, I don't think it was that. I just think they were trying to give off that kind of creepy. Like town, like everybody knows what goes on. Don't step on his property bullshit,
Yeah,
like they kind of did with
I
Texas
think it
Chainsaw
was-
Massacre.
I was telling my wife when those moments were happening in the movie where everybody's being a dick to Clay. Is that his name? The brother? Like,
Yeah.
why are they all being dicks to him? But then you have that moment and it kind of explains it like, oh, they all kind of know about Jason and they don't want too much attention
Yeah.
going on.
You just kind of try to stay the fuck away from them. Now,
Which begs the question to me. For me, I understand him going after like the people that aren't from there and they're visiting near Crystal Lake or whatever, but he also kills like that one guy that is working in.
yeah, give me a
like,
little
whatever.
lick, baby.
Yeah, that guy. It's like, isn't this guy like going to work here like 5 days a week or something? Like, why would Jason bother this person?
Well, the thing is, I think if you're just in Jason's way, he's gonna fucking kill you. But most people just know to stay the fuck away from him, and that dude didn't. Because he kept mentioning, oh yeah, somebody keeps stealing our kerosene. Is that you, motherfucker, or whatever?
Yeah.
I just think the dude's wrong place, wrong time.
Plus
Like
now-
the thing they try to get you to believe about Michael Myers, like he's just killing whoever's in his way and he's not after Lori. That's what it is for Jason. Like Jason's actually just gonna kill whoever's in his fucking way.
Plus, it kind of plays on the trope of like Jason kills the young people who are sinning, essentially, like having sex and doing drugs and stuff, because he finds that weed and starts smoking it, and then he gets killed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is true.
Jason walks in on him when he's sweet talking that man.
Yeah.
He says, keep some
He goes,
room
"Remember
for
you took my
Jesus.
virginity I'm gonna fuck you so hard.
That guy was awesome. Best character in the movie.
That dude at that time was in a lot of movies, like as a little side character. That guy.
There's also Sam from fucking Supernatural in here.
Supernatural,
Yeah.
and Jonah from fucking Superstore. He's the dude that gets his leg caught in the bear trap.
I had to look up the cast after he showed up because I was like, he looks super familiar. I can't place him. I was like, oh yeah, Superstore, and Danielle Panabaker's in this. Who?
Yeah, she's
like
in that speed.
She was in
she's
the
like
Flash,
Frost or whatever,
right?
Yeah.
And
I was seeing clips of that actually recently. I was like, I don't know, I've never watched the show, but
and she was. I think she was like in Disney Channel stuff back in the day too.
That
like Sky High, I think.
I think you're right. Yeah. And then that Aaron Yu guy is in this, and he has a small part in the Nightmare on Elm Street remake too that came out a little later, which is so funny.
Yeah, I think a lot of people felt like he was going to be like a huge star coming off these movies, and you know he did some more things, but it never really took off because I mean he's probably got like the most personality of anybody in this movie.
Yeah, he was in that 21 movie. I remember liking
21, 04?
Yeah.
What was it, Owen?
I was thinking of that the other day.
There's Alex will know who this guy is. The Egyptian guy that used to come in and buy stuff for his gas station. You remember that, Alex?
Yes, yeah.
He had a Trans Am, but he had his tax exempt number, and Owen kind of memorized it, and he always said it in his voice. Owen, take it over.
He'd go 101, 04, 28, 37.
Oh my god, dude, it's like a time machine right now.
So I'll be at work and I'll say a number and I'll go 101.
He would do this though. He'd go like tax exempt ID number 101, 04, 28, 37. That's exactly how he would say it.
It's so perfect.
So that's shit that's always like when I hear anybody rattle off like multiple numbers, I go 101.
Whenever if I hear 101, like it fucking triggers something in my brain. I'm like 101, 04.
Oh god, so many stories at that store. I have like all these generations of friends that I'm still friends with. You guys like through that fucking store. It's just so funny. But yes, he had a lot of like up and coming like people in this movie too. I think Jared Padalecki was already a couple seasons into Supernatural at this point. They couldn't get him for the Crystal Lake memories. I don't know if I think they tried to reach out to him. He said no or whatever. But I mean, maybe he's not super proud of this movie.
Which character is he? 'Cause I never watched Supernatural.
He's the dude. He's our brother, Clay.
Oh, okay.
He's one of the main characters in Supernatural, the main two.
Yeah, that was just a show. Like by the time I had heard of that show, I think they were already like 10 seasons in, and I was like, I'm not investing that much time.
I never actually sat down and watched it. Lauren just always watched it. So, and it'd always be like the two brothers, and like one of them does like a really bad country accent, and he's like, "Sam, the demons have infected my wiener."
He's the one on The Boys. That's something Jensen is his last name. I think. He's the dude who's actually on The Boys.
Arthur. I got a plan, Arthur.
I got a plan. Arthur.
Arthur, we got to get...
God damn it, Arthur, this one's going to work.
Arthur, show us your hentai.
So, a little later on when we talk about this, I have always been underneath the impression that Jason died after part 4 when Tommy was slicing and dicing his ass. And then he was resurrected in part 6. But I am now from a story perspective, like I said, all the Jason movies are inconsistent when it comes to the plot. But I am under the storyline that Jason actually died in part 3 and he was undead when he come back in part 4. And we'll get into that because they mentioned something. So the guys who wrote this movie are familiar faces. It's Mark Swift and Damian Shannon. They are the guys that wrote Freddy vs. Jason. super mega fans of both franchises, and they had a chance. They asked them, "Hey, you can come back and do this movie?" And they said, "Yeah, let's do it." And I mean, there were some things that were changed, like some of the stupid stuff, probably like the say hi to mommy in hell, and there's another line in here. They're like, I don't think they wrote that in there. And then the producers, it was funny. There was a spot in one of the documentaries I watched. They had the producers like, "You guys realize there's 13 kills in this movie?" And they're like, "Yeah, it was kind of on purpose." And they were like, "Man, that's incredible." So it just kind of shows you, like, well, that's how much producers actually pay attention to shit. But Alex, I'm gonna need you to think about something real quick.
Okay.
Do you remember Jason getting into the water and killing somebody in Friday the 13th Part 2 or 3?
I feel like he does in 3, doesn't he?
Nope.
He doesn't.
He kills somebody when she goes out to the water. Remember, Part 3 is
that's
the...
it, yes, with the harpoon gun.
Yeah, so in Part 3, they didn't actually have a bottle of water. Someone, we need water out here. Everybody just got drunk off of wine and beer. But no, so they didn't actually have a body of water to, like, mess with, so they kind of dug a fucking pond. And the way they filmed it made it look like it was part of the lake, and really it was like fucking like 4 foot deep of water over this pond they built. But yeah, so he never did.
Okay.
Jason killed 2 people in Part 4 in the water, the chick out in the raft, and the guy who went out to check on her. He had that spear gun that shot in the dude's nuts. He picked them up and shit. So Shannon and Swift said something. They said for the kill with the chick in the water after the boat crashes into her head, after he kills the dude with the arrow to the head. They said, well, Jason's not going in the water for obvious reasons because he drowned. And she's not coming to the land because Jason's on the land. So that whole thing is like, it's almost like a standoff that she doesn't realize he can't come to the water because he's scared of the water. But, he would kill her as soon as he got to the land. So I was thinking to myself, like, holy shit. I know it wasn't done on purpose, but Jason went into the water to kill 2 people in Part 4. He should be afraid of the water. He doesn't go in the water in Part 2 or Part 3. So if he actually did die in Part 3 with the axe to the head, and then it came back in Part 4 where he's kind of pale and his skin's kind of like already decaying, maybe he's already dead then, and that's why he doesn't have the fear of the water anymore.
Interesting. I never thought about that.
Dude, yeah, it just dawned on me last night when I was watching this documentary shit. Cody, you got any thoughts on that, Owen? Or Owen?
No.
No.
Okay, cool.
Did they forget that I've never understood it. Is he supposed to be afraid of the water? Or it seems like it's...
Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah, according to that, yeah.
Freddy versus Jason is the way they described it in script was has a subconscious fear of drowning because as a kid. So when he's in that nightmare world with Freddy,
yeah,
he's having the fear of drowning. He's not afraid of water because he's in the water in Part 6.
Wouldn't that then apply to him being afraid of any body of water because that's where you're going to drown?
Well, see, the thing is,
he got scared of that
though.
wall of water coming down in the dream.
Yeah,
he's like, oh.
But the way they didn't, because I watched that thing back and forth. I was trying to understand what they were talking about. Like, is Jason afraid of the water? They're just like, no, we didn't put that in the script. That's something the director put in. The director explained it. He goes, he's not afraid of water. He's afraid of the subconscious of drowning because he drowned as a child. Like, that always sticks in his head.
That's such like a, I don't know.
That's very, like, you're straddling a razor's edge right there.
Yeah,
like,
very flimsy, very flimsy.
Yeah, it's very flimsy. It's paper thin. But I'm like, okay, I'm trying to go off of his rules. But then they said that Jason's not getting in the water for obvious reasons. I'm like, holy shit. And then I was thinking about Part 2 and Part 3. Like, he's never in the water. He's only in the water in Part 4. So maybe he did actually die for Part 3. Because when he gets his mask knocked off in fact, from Tommy at the end, or his Tommy's sister at the end, his face is pale. Like he doesn't have skin coloration anymore. It's pale and it's just bleeding and shit like that. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, he's
motherfucker
also
might
been
actually.
wearing a mask over his head for who knows how long.
Yeah.
Well,
He's
you
nasty.
got to remember part two, 3, and 4 are all within like 5 days of each other.
Right. But
4 is when he like is supposed to die, right? Like that's when he like actually.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
yeah, like he's dead. Machete in the middle of his eyeball to the back of his head, sliding down, and like he's dead.
Yeah.
he did.
But I'm saying like because in the previous movie, which was just the day before, he had flesh colored skin, and then after he comes back, his skin is still like palish when they knock his mask off and everything. So that's why I'm kind of
I
thinking like
understand.
other people have said that like on Reddit threads and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Well, he died in part 4, and then when they said that there, I'm like, well, I'm like half-ass logic because you have different writers for each Friday the 13th movie.
maybe
You guess you could
just
retroactively
has a
apply
high-
that to part 4.
Yeah.
maybe he just has hypothermia.
He lost his spray tan.
I won't go ahead.
He's been touched with a bit of the consumption.
He's-
I mean, more like consumption. No, conception. That's what I meant.
He's pregnant.
Contraband. So I'm gonna go ahead and like set the record straight because I've asked Cody and Alex in separate threads on text messages. There's a pocket of fans that seem to think when Tommy digs Jason up in part 6 that he has a mask he created to mimic the Jason mask, or he repainted the Roy mask from part 5 to throw in Jason's grave. And I've always just assumed it was the same mask from 3 and 4. Tommy just swiped it up when he was a kid. And I've had people say, like, there's no way he would have got that from the cops. I'm like, we're talking about a dude getting resurrected after 5 years of been eaten by fucking worms with 2 lightning bolt flashes. Seriously. Like, this
Who's to say
Tommy
the cops
getting.
who's to say the cops ever got the mask in the first place?
Exactly. So I think. And Tom McLaughlin, like, it's never. Like, I've listened to a few of his interviews. I don't want to listen to, like, hour and 30-minute interviews to see if somebody fucking asks this question. I even try to direct message him on Facebook, and he has not responded, so damn it. But he did say in one of the commentaries.
It's like, don't
What-
message
go
me,
ahead, go.
dork.
Yeah, no, he's like, dude, I don't think about that shit. No, he did say in the commentaries, like, I'm trying to get Jason's mask back to Jason. Or trying to get the mask back to Jason. I'm like, okay, so story-wise, I know it's a different appearance, and it's got different straps. Everybody goes, look at the different straps. Like, ah, shut the fuck up. He's wearing different clothes between 6 and 7. You think he changed it underneath the fucking water? But anyway, it's the mask from 3 and 4 is the same one in 6 and 7. Like, I think officially that's what it is. I'm going to get confirmation eventually because someone's going to have to answer me.
I think that with
But,
these
yeah.
movies, you just have to kind of
No.
not be too literal with all of it, because everything,
I
it
can't.
just feels like the production of every one of these films was just like by the seat of their pants, you know. So
Oh,
I
it
don't
is,
think that
but-
they were taking
Mhm.
great care into the very specific,
Well,
minute
Now,
details and stuff.
you say that, but John Carl Bluchler did a great job putting those details in Jason's design in part 7. They show the damage from 3, 4 on his face, the boat
Sure,
damage,
but
all
but
the
that's
shit on the
part
mask.
7. I mean, like,
Yeah, so I go up to 7, and then after that, okay, it gets kind of flimsy. Like part 8 doesn't make any sense that he has gloves on and he shouldn't have gloves on. And then 9, we've already opened up that can of worms and buried it. And it's like, no, this is it. And I'm not talking about this. This movie makes no sense, but whatever. And then obviously Jason goes to space, Cody's favorite one.
nope.
Yeah, it is. Don't you lie to me, boy. And then Freddy versus Jason, which Cody watched when he was half buzzed, and that episode should be very interesting.
Which I also like that movie, is even though it's kind of not great.
No, I like the movie too. It's a monster clash with fucking new metal. I mean, what can I fucking complain about? I mean, I like Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. I like Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, those old movies like that. So I have no complaints about Freddy versus Jason. I just think it's funny how Springwood, Ohio and Camp Crystal Lake, New Jersey are like fucking a 4-hour drive. Like, we got this, guys. And she's giving Jason mouth to mouth and shit like that. So,
Yeah.
lol. Let's see if there's any other notes I had before we get into the plot of this thing. So the chick at the beginning who has sex with Jonah from Superstore was actually another actress and she didn't want to show her boobs for the camera, but it was in the script as she shows her boobs and they do the sex scene. So she didn't want to do that, so they replaced her with the chick, and it's not super notable, but she is the sister-in-law of Neve Campbell, the chick from Scream.
Oh yeah.
Nev, yeah.
Neve, okay. So yeah, real life sister-in-law of Neve Campbell. Let's see here. Derek Mears. At the very least, I would say he's at least top 4 as Jason. I put him in top 3 for me. He's probably top 2, if I'm being completely honest.
I thought he did a pretty good job overall. Just
No,
really
man.
aggressive.
He took this shit seriously. He researched child psychology. Yeah, couldn't get the words out. He has, if you look at Derek Mears, he's completely hairless because he has alopecia.
Yeah.
So he said as a kid, like it would come out in small clumps and started coming out in big clumps. So he said he kind of felt like an outsider, and he was kind of associating his feelings with what Jason would feel like as an outsider.
My dad has alopecia.
And it's like he took. Oh, does he?
Yeah. He had the same kind. His hair fell out and shit.
Does he have? He doesn't have eyebrows either.
No, they fell out. Well, his hair actually came back recently, so I don't know what the deal is, but yeah, he had like no hair.
I mean, that's good. Let
Like,
him enjoy it for the
it
time
wasn't-
being. Don't be mean.
It wasn't complete though. It was like he would get huge spots of like just baldness. It was really weird.
Yeah. Yeah. I think his Derek Mears was more catastrophic. Like he just had to end up shaving. It's kind of like Josh Dobbs, quarterback for multiple teams. He has alopecia, and he's just completely slick bald with no eyebrows and everything.
Yeah.
That's what Derek Mears kind of looks like, but he's like 6'5". But Derek, he was such a huge fan of this franchise. Like they said, he would like question the director and producers about certain things. He's like, well, so he does this in part 2 and part 3. Are we going to do this? And it shows him when he's tearing up the barn when they're referencing that in part 3, and then him taking all the paddle boats off when he's trying to find whoever's hiding underneath there in his little campsite. So Derek really took this shit seriously, and I think he did a great job.
Yeah.
If I had to rank them,
Mhm.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Owen.
He just like I feel like Jason has a lot of personality in this movie. Like even just through like the small movements. Like there is times like I could see that you said, that he like studied like child psychology and shit. Like you can see that because Jason has like a kind of childlike quality to him in this movie, I feel.
Yes. My favorite shot in this movie of him is when he grabs the chick in the bathroom and has her mouth covered, and they do that close up of his one good eye, and you just see that fucking anger in his eye.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, that's fucking awesome. Like, whew. So if I had to give my top 3 Jasons, it's going to be Ted White, part 4, and then Derek Mears, and then I'd say C.J. Graham from part 6. That's top 3. In part 4, the 4th one, I'd probably say Richard Broker, who's part 3 Jason, which is still probably my favorite look of Jason, the nice clean look before he gets all the damage.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be my top 4. Like I know Kane Harder, I've talked about it. I think he's a very good Jason. He's just never been my favorite, and his best performance was, the second to worst movie. Nah, it's the third to worst movie in the franchise of part 8. Because there's no way I can rank Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X above that movie, like at any point. Let's see here. Is there anything else? I had a little tidbit too. I found out Hugh Jackman's dream role as a kid was he wanted to play Jason in Friday the 13th movie.
Oh,
Evidently,
really?
He's a huge fan of this franchise, which is cool as shit.
Yeah, that'd be awesome if he came and did something with it.
Yeah, I was like, holy fuck. I mean, it'd just be cool to just have like one little, like just a cameo and he gets killed. Like, holy shit, he'd fucking love it probably. All right, so yeah, that's all the notes, and the other note I wrote down is the end. Like this is it. No more Jason. So the quick plot synopsis of this movie is Jason kills a bunch of people. The end. No, you have a quick. How would you describe it, Cody? Like electroshock convulsions scene at the very beginning.
Their best attempt at triggering someone's epilepsy
Yeah.
Right.
And I didn't know what you were talking about. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's not so bad. And then I'm watching, and I'm like, damn, it does flash a fucking lot, and it's black and white, and it makes it even worse.
I was having to like close my eyes through like half of that, and by the time like I would start to recover from the last flash, they'd flash me again. It's like it's like damn.
You're like, damn it.
During the like flash, the pre-mom stuff, that whole thing.
Yeah, because like they're doing the lightning effect, but like you've got the black and white dark screen, and then all of a sudden it's just like this bright ass, like the entire screen is flickering white essentially. And yeah, it's just like, man, this is like hurting my eyes trying to like watch this part.
Oh, gotcha.
And what Cody's referencing is the part 1 of this movie where they have Pamela Voorhees chasing the last counselor. She gets her head cut off. Jason watches this. This movie does a good job of logically explaining how Jason would be there and see his mom die.
And this is the first problem I have with the movie is
other than the epilepsy.
Like, no, that. But the fact that Jason is there watching, like, and she's going, presumably the events of it are similar to the original movie where she goes and she kills all these counselors and it's like a form of revenge for her son drowning to death. But it's like he's there. So has he been lurking around the entire time she's been killing these people? Does she know that he's alive and she's just killing him anyway?
So if you remember the original movie, like he drowned in 58 and then the present day murders happened in 80.
Yeah.
This is happening in 1980, so I'm assuming he supposedly drowned with these camp counselors
that was
this
my
time, and then she tries to kill him.
It must have been the same instead of something she does later on. It must have been the actual same counselors.
So maybe she wasn't aware that he was actually still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's what I think it is.
I mean, I don't think she's aware he's alive in the original movie. Like, because the ending scene where he pulls her into the water, it's a fucking dream sequence. Like,
but with the first movie, at least it makes more sense that she doesn't know, because it's been a very long time between the time he drowned.
22 years.
She hasn't seen him in all that time, so she doesn't know he's still alive. But yeah, in this, it's like, he's lurking in the bushes. So that was just like,
something's lurking in the bushes of love.
Nice. But I guess if it is a situation where like maybe he got I don't know, washed ashore on the other side of the lake and made it. Yeah, he got and made his way around the lake, and maybe he just stumbled across that moment or whatever. She wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have an idea for if they were to reboot the series again.
Jason's teen years.
No.
That'd be awesome.
Like, how did he learn to do all this stuff? No, so what I was thinking was, like, you could fool the audience. I mean, it would get leaked, of course, but you could fool the audience into, like, Mrs. Voorhees throughout the whole movie. You think she's the one that's killing people. Like, people are getting killed Friday the 13th style, whatever, and then she's there. But you see this, like, withered old woman that you wouldn't think could kill people. And then turns out Jason's been the one killing this whole time, that she's just fucking crazy and trying to get him to get revenge on the people that let him drown. So it's like this kind of switcheroo at the end. Like, you see Jason at the end, this whole time he's the one just carrying out his mom's orders. And then she ends up getting killed and he goes berserk, and that's the sequel. I think that's like a fresh way you could do a Friday the 13th instead of going back and doing what you have done. Because I don't think there's a creative way of redoing it again. Like, it's just going to feel like a greatest hits. And if you explain too much of Jason, which they already explained enough, you explain too much of Jason, he's not scary. And I don't need like a Rob Zombie, like, listen here, motherfucker, and all this shit like he did in the Halloween reboot. I don't need something like that explaining why Jason is a mongoloid. No, he's on the spectrum of autism. He's got alopecia, and they all think he fucking drowned. It's pretty simple. And the one person he loves just got killed in front of him. He doesn't care if she's killing people. But I think that's the way you can do it. So I'm interested, like, with that Crystal Lake show that's going to be based on Pamela. And there's going to be at least one episode, they said, where Jason with the hockey mask. So because we're hot-shotting everything. I wonder if the movie they make would be a continuation of that series, or if this series is going to be like one and done, and the next movie is just going to be whatever, let's just do what the fuck we want because we just got to get Jason out there.
You would hope that it would be some sort of continuation, considering that the Jason universe brand or whatever is the one that's really overseeing everything.
Yeah, so I know, Cody.
You would hope that they would have
Sean Cunningham is associated, man. What we talked about? We talked about this for a better. Like, I feel like we talked about this like on a grand spectrum of like 9 months at least of doing these fucking movies, and you constantly like finding out, oh yeah, Sean Cunningham is just a piece of shit, and he's the one that's got the final yes or no in all this. Well, and now you got a even older decrepit bastard in Victor Miller that has a yes and no and too, and they have to come to agreement. I don't know. I get hope.
I mean, apparently,
I don't get my hopes up.
They can come to an agreement with putting Jason and anything and everything. Hey, Lance, are you gonna play Fortnite now that Jason's in it?
Dude, for real?
Yeah.
He's also in Call of Duty.
Yeah, they put him in Call of Duty and Fortnite for like Halloween.
We love Fortnite. Now I can play. I
can't wait till they start putting these guys in like Madden and stuff.
That'd be cool.
They also put Art the Clown in Fortnite.
They put Marge from The Simpsons. I think they put all.
Oh yeah, they have all the Simpsons. It's like the whole season or something.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the map right now is Springfield from The Simpsons.
That's awesome.
Look, if Darth Vader didn't bring me into Fortnite, and if Hanzo Hasashi Scorpion didn't bring me into Fortnite, nothing could.
The
only thing that the only thing that could bring me into Fortnite if they actually had the fucking Dragon Zord for the Green Ranger in there. But no, they only have the Megazord, so they can piss off.
Guess what's coming up next?
Oh no! We're gonna buy all this shit of the gang now.
Can they put Jeff Hardy in Ultimate Warrior?
Oh boy.
You'd be
shit,
ready,
man! I'm about to just strip down to my underwear and sell my clothes just to pay for it.
Can we talk about something in this movie that always takes me out? We mentioned the sex scenes earlier, right? And
her tits are stupendous.
Yeah, you guys notice in these sex scenes, this is the strangest part. The women in these are saying things like, "I'm almost there," and "I'm gonna come."
Wait, hold on, Owen. Your girlfriend never says that?
I've never heard that before. Like, I don't think that's realistic.
Both of them are the girls trying to come, and then the guy's like, "No, I gotta go. I gotta cover so much right now."
Hey, that guy Trent was like, "I got about 7 seconds in me."
Yeah.
Is this the first Friday the 13th movie where we have on-screen orgasms?
No, I guess part 6 when Court's having sex with her when they're fully clothed.
Yeah,
and she's Court, you didn't. He goes, "I thought the song was over with."
Oh, my bad. I forgot
That's
about
when Jason pulls the plug of the camper.
Yeah,
because she's playing like a 15-minute song. She goes, "Just wait till the song finishes." She goes, "How much longer?" He goes, "Just 10 more minutes." And he looks at her like, "What?" Oh God, no! It is funny. She's like, "I'm about to come," and like Owen's like, "Look, the female orgasm is fictional, so I don't." It's just
never heard of it.
Right
Yeah, and they're so like into it and stuff too. Like, I mean,
it's unrealistic.
Yeah.
And it's probably why the first 2 of my relationships failed.
What's the deal with that?
Shame. There's no shame afterwards.
Yeah, there's no like. She's not like on her phone the whole time, like looking bored. It's kind of ridiculous if you ask me.
Oh man, that's pretty good. All right, Owen stole the show, fucker. Yeah, the sex scenes are pretty funny. It is funny. The like 2 of the 3 sets of boobs in this movie are obviously implants.
Yeah.
The stupendous one are real. Like those are like 100%. Like okay, I can see that.
Nice. Yeah, the first ones were really set. This is always when it always devolves into this. Whenever I get.
Well, it's Friday the 13th. I mean, they do that for the bros.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah. The first one was sad. I was upset. The second one was kind of okay. The third ones were pretty good.
Owen was thinking right before he said it. Those are stupendous.
I rank them. That's my ranking. More important than the movie
Trent,
ranking.
The guy who plays Trent says, "Boy, I really fought that line." And they're like, "Look, it's going to get a laugh out of the theater. It's going to be funny when you say stupendous." He goes, Okay, so he did
Okay.
he did the best he could to deliver it,
Oh,
and he also has.
Question about that
What'd you
character,
think?
real quick, since we're talking about that scene.
Mhm.
Trent, when they show up at his, he's the one that it's his parents' house, right?
Yes.
When they show up at the house, is he not in a relationship with Danielle Panabaker's
Like,
Yeah,
character?
he just
No,
he
he
has
is.
sex with her because he thinks, yeah, he's a piece of shit.
And he thinks
Okay.
she went off with that other guy, so he's like, "Well, I'm just gonna fucking screw around."
Well,
with
yeah,
this
I
girl
remember
then."
when they come back to the house, he's like, "You just been gone in the hours, fucking this guy in the woods."
Yeah.
or
but she
whatever.
knows
Like,
that they were
And she's
fucking
like-
in there, too. You know.
she's like,
Yeah.
"No, we were the only two characters in this movie actually doing anything."
Well, what about
And she still ends up getting killed.
the Asian guy? Was
Yeah.
cool. He's like the only other character I liked.
Dude, the fact
he
that
was great.
Yeah.
the fact that Danielle Panabaker's character dies, like, caught me off guard.
Oh, I was surprised by that even this time watching it. And I've seen this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because they're setting
was-
her up big time to be the final girl,
Mhm.
and yeah, it threw me off. But then, so also I need some clarification too, because I was a little bit confused. I know that the one guy, Clay or whatever, is looking for his sister, Whitney,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Whitney.
And she was she part of that group in the beginning?
Yeah. Yeah, she was.
She was the chick that was in the bathtub as her boyfriend's getting stabbed through the floor when they find the cat Mrs. Voorhees' head. He's like, Whitney, get up and get off the floor. That was her.
'Cause they have that. They
I
have
guess
that
by the
moment where
time they
he's,
showed her later, by the time they showed her later on, and she was still alive, I was like, I don't remember who this person is.
So
Yeah, the way
like
they
the opening
shoot it,
scene.
They
Yeah, sorry, go
have
ahead,
him
Alex. My bad.
like jumping at her with the machete, and then it cuts, and then it has the title card. Like they make it look like she's getting killed, but then they expect you to realize, oh, that's her. He didn't actually kill her.
Yeah, and I think part of what threw me off too a little bit is the fact that when it shows her and he's down in like the room where he has her like chained up or whatever, and it shows the flashback to the girl killing his mom, which I'm guessing is why he kept her, because she looks so much like the one that killed his mom.
No. He kept her because there's a comment her boyfriend makes with the necklace that she looks like Mrs. Voorhees.
A young man.
And she goes, no, I don't.
See.
And he keeps her because she kind of looks like mom. So that's a tie back to part 2 where Jenny says, well, maybe, he's just waiting for his mom to return. And when she goes and finds the decapitated head of his mother,
Right.
and
She
all
puts
those
the
dead bodies,
sweater
she puts
and
on-
all that, yeah.
she puts a sweater on and tries to act like his mother. So that's a callback to that.
And
Where
there's the
she's
whole-
not trying to act like his mama.
There's the whole moment where he's sharpening his machete, and then he realizes, oh, this is the machete that decapitated my mom. He gets really pissed, and then he goes over to her, and she like calms him down because he's seeing her as his mom.
Yeah.
She's like, it's
Well-
okay, Pookie Bear, and he's like,
Well, in the theatrical cut, that scene doesn't happen. Like they don't show that. So
Ah.
I went to the theatrical cut to like just because I remember some things were different. So the whole sequence where she escapes and gets her chains off, and then Jason grabs her and takes her back to the lair, like that doesn't happen. She gets her chains popped, or she's about to, and then Jason just shows up and he grabs her by the throat. And she goes, "It's okay," She goes, "Jason." He looks at her and then walks off. So it's just that scene. You don't see him sharpening his machete and having that flashback moment, or her
Oh,
running off
interesting.
and him grabbing her. Yeah. So I remember thinking like, damn, that seems because it's about 8-minute difference between the cut. I'm like, man, that's kind of fucking weird. And there was a couple other things, smaller details. So that little plot point of her escaping just never happened. But so in this one, you see more of it.
Did we all watch
the
killer cut?
Yeah, that's the one. Well, so here's the thing. They took that shit off YouTube because I did rent it on the YouTube channel that we share because I didn't remember Cody had it. I know Owen didn't have it, so I rented it like last week because we just recorded Cody's. Was it Cody's movie? Yeah, we just recorded. No, we recorded. Which one we just fucking recorded, Cody? God damn it!
yeah, it was Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Okay, we just did Batman and Robin, so I rented it that night because it lasts for like 4 weeks if you don't play it. And then I went back to it. Owen goes, "It's not on the YouTube channel." I'm like, "Let me check." And I looked. I was driving to Walmart in Savannah's car. I'm like, "Where the fuck is it?" And I looked up in the search history. I actually searched it up too, so they must have took that shit down. They had the regular cut. I'm like, well, he's gonna miss about 8 minutes of it. And he said it was on Amazon Prime, so he watched it.
Yeah, that was the
But
killer
it's just
cut.
fucking weird. But yeah, the killer cut. It's just extended. I think the sex scenes are exactly the same. Like there's no more extra nudity. It's just more bloody, and some things are kind of drawn out. And like Clay and the chick, I guess I should know the character's name if I'm a podcast host. When they're going to the cabins, like kind of searching for some reason, I guess thinking his sister's in one of the fucking broken down cabins. Like that makes any fucking sense.
That's
Like
okay.
that
There's,
happens.
like,
That's a little faster paced since it's like missing 8 minutes. But so that's like pretty much what it is on that. Like so she looks like his mama. He like that's why he keeps her, I guess, or won't do any damage to her because Mama. It was funny. So there's a continuity error 2 times in this movie. I noticed when I watched it. So you see Jason's bed with the little teddy bear and all the other shit in his room when they first part of the movie. Then you see it at the end where they had where they show everywhere Jason's been, all the damage he's done. They show him when they're about to dump him in the lake. Well, there's a time in the middle when Clay and Danielle, I know that's not her name, that's the actress's name, but where they are going into the cabin, he's looking around, you see Jason's bed, but there's no sheets and there's no teddy bear on it. So there's a continuity from a production standpoint in the shots of the scenes of showing Jason's childhood bed. And then when they are running through the tunnels and then they knock over that lantern or whatever, and the whole tunnel goes into a blaze, right? They get through that tunnel and go into the bus, and they try to get out. Well, when she kicks Jason and he falls back into the tunnel opening, and then he just drops back down like he's going somewhere else, there was nowhere else to go. That tunnel's ablaze. So that's another area. You don't see smoke coming through. I think they just kind of forgot that in production.
Oh,
So yeah, those are some things I kind of noticed when I was like, oh, okay, so
They
did a good job.
Another production note I have that just reminded me. This movie has a moment that bothered me it was a similar thing that bothered me. I think it was part 4 or 5. It was one where they go to the house. There's like the house, and then there's like there's like a neighbor or whatever that lives close by. And there's a moment in that movie where like Jason's at the house, and then he's at the neighbor's house, and he's back at the house, and he's back at the neighbor's house. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Okay. And I remember complaining about it then because I'm like, it's ridiculous that he's just like going back and forth like so quickly.
Well, I mean, I just kind of talked about he's supernatural, fucker.
This movie does something similar, and it's not as drawn out as in part 4, but he's at the house toward the end of the movie. He's at the house, and the one guy goes to the tool shed, which is more like a small warehouse. Goes to the tool shed. Yeah.
Not Ronnie Yu. What the fuck? Ronnie Yu's a fucking actor who played Scorpion in Mortal Kombat 2019.
Aaron Yu.
It's Aaron Yu.
Yeah.
Whoopsies.
When he goes there, so then like Jason's at the shed, and then he's back at the house, and then he goes back to the shed because the other guy goes down there to like look for the guy. And it's like, so he just does like, I mean, those locations are a lot closer together, but it's still like weird. Like, what's making Jason like go back and forth from
he's trying to the shed? The thing I can think of it from a perspective like, this Jason runs, and he ran in part 4. He showed that Jason runs in 2, 3, and 4, so he will run. And if I guess he's booking it back and forth because he's trying to bait them to come out of the house so he can kill them.
Right.
And that's when the other guy, I guess when he sees the other guy, because I don't think he's not in the house yet. After Ronnie gets killed, he's still kind of like lurking because that's when, what's the dude's name?
He throws the axe
I also thought he was
at that guy. Lawrence, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Which is a fucking awesome fucking kill.
Yeah.
Damn.
Then,
Well, also,
he's setting a trap for us.
On him.
What'd you say, Cody?
He tries to pull a predator on him.
Hey, you know what's really funny you say that? Derek Mears played a predator in the Predators movie that came out the next year in 2010.
I knew I recognized his name from somewhere else. That's what.
Like you fucking knew that. Like, dude, you don't see his face. He's a predator. Come on, man.
No, not his face. His name, like Derek.
Well,
Mears,
you know why? You know why his name sounds familiar to you? He played Swamp Thing in the 2019 CW show.
I didn't watch that.
Swamp.
You
Thing.
should have. It was good, fucker. Anyway,
Swamp Thing.
you are amazing.
You are disgusting.
Man, yeah. So, yeah, he's great in this movie. But the axe scene, I was kind of noticing, like, that's a brand new looking axe. Why is it just left right there on the wood?
I know.
Wouldn't
I
it be in
said
a
the
tool
same
shed?
thing. It's just been sitting
I'm
in
like,
this stump.
okay. But I love anytime they have Jason throw a weapon because it's like such precision. I remember part 3 when she stabs him in the knee coming out of that closet after, because he's trying to break down the closet door, and then she stabs him in the hand. He's like, it makes this weird noise. And then she tries to stab him. They're showing that 3D shot where the knife is coming at the screen a couple times. And she stabs him right in the knee. He's like, and then he takes the knife out and throws it at her, and it misses, her head by like a couple inches. I'm like, God, that's so fucking cool. Then part 4, Trish stabs Jason in the back of the neck with a hammer. He busts through the fucking wood door and throws that thing and almost hits her in the head. It's like fucking just great. Then he throws an arrow or a spike in part 6. Part 7, he does this thing. I just love it when Jason throws shit because it's like so fucking precise, like a fucking marksman. Like, God damn, it's so cool. And then this fucking axe. I mean, that's a long axe to go that fucking far, flying in the air. It's not like he's just doing this little axe tossing competition. No, he's got a full-fledged axe. He's just fucking overhead. Fuck you. It's like a Mortal Kombat move or some shit. God, it's so good. Ugh, it's so good. But so this has, I think, one of the longest opening sequences for a movie ever. They were talking about it on the documentary, where it's 23 minutes from the opening Platinum Dunes in red title card to the Friday the 13th title card. That's where Jason kills all of Whitney's friends, and you think he kills her. He has the chick up in the sleeping bag just roasting over the campfire, which is pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
And then, I call him Jonah because that's his name from Superstore. Jonah getting caught in the bear trap, which was pretty dope.
Yeah, that was gnarly.
And then you flash forward 6 weeks later, Clay shows up. You got a new set of friends. Jason periodically picks them off. Very much like this movie is the greatest hits of 1 through 4. And there's nothing wrong with that, like whatsoever. I think it's great. I think this movie hits all the beats. When I watched that Crystal Lake documentary, they did say on the commentary, because these were the guys that kind of wrote the book and put the documentary together, and they're just big fans. They're like, this movie felt very Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because obviously, like you guys were mentioning the same feeling. It's because it's the same creative team from director to producers. And I think it's the same cinematographer from that movie, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check that right quick, because I know the 03 cinematographer was the original Texas Chainsaw cinematographer as well. Let's see here. Cinematography. Yeah, so he's known for cinematography work. This is Daniel Pearl. Oh boy, Alex will like this. He did the cinematography on Texas Chainsaw Massacre 74 and the 03 remake. He did Friday the 13th 09, and then he also did Aliens vs. Predator Requiem 2007.
You'd think he would know to turn a light on in that movie then.
Boy, you ain't lying. See if there's anything else. He did a Return to Salem's Lot, which I know is on HBO Max. He didn't do anything for like fucking 16 years. His last movie was like 87, and then 03 came back. And then, yeah, so he's done a little bit 2019. He's still alive. But yeah, so that's why, like, from the cinematographer to director to the 3 producers of the 03 remake, this movie does feel like Jason, Friday the 13th movie in the style of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, you know? So, but then again, Jason's, all of his movies are all kind of different styles too. Like, he doesn't have a set style that you can kind of like really nail down and go, yeah, that's Friday the 13th. No, it's just dude in the hockey mask fucking killing people in gnarly ways, and he's kind of sympathetic and you cheer for him, It's a little different than like Michael Myers and Leatherface. The one thing I do have to call out this movie for, because I've beat it to death talking about it in the original and completely pissing on any part of Sam Raimi's legacy because of it. There's a lot of fucking shaky camera in this movie to like show intensity in this movie where they're running, the camera shaking. It's like the cameraman, it's like, you're wait up, I'm trying to catch up, you know? And I cannot. I'm like, it didn't bother me because there's also some shots in this, like a lot of shots in this movie where it's just steady camera and it's fine. But they're doing like Sam Raimi. If Sam Raimi like had Tourette's, like it's even worse. Like I'm not a huge fan of the Sam Raimi shit, and I know it's the first Evil Dead movie where it looks like he's doing everything on a fucking camcorder. And I know people are like, well, it adds to the charm. I think, Alex, you fall in that
Yes,
camp.
I do.
I'm like, look, I just think they don't know what the fuck they're doing that moment because it's every shot the camera's moving up and down, up and down. Like, hold on a second, guys, I gotta get readjusted. This movie just does the fucking oh god, what was that WWE producer that everybody talks shit about?
Kevin Dunn.
Kevin Dunn. Where when like they showed like Seth Rollins doing like 16 chair shots and you're following the fucking chair every fucking shot. This reminds me of it. I'm like, look, this just has to go away. Like, but like I say, it didn't bother me too much. But it normally would if it was any other movie. Like I just cannot say I couldn't stand it in the first Friday the 13th because there was a lot of times where the camera's moving up and down and shit. I'm like, god damn. Like, Sean Cunningham. Anywho. Yeah, so Jason goes through a lot of tunnel work. What do you guys think about the tunnels, explaining how he gets to places fast?
I guess that kind of makes up for what Cody was saying earlier about him, running around everywhere and just appearing places and shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was kind of cool.
Okay. A lot of people don't like it. They're just like, oh, you shouldn't have showed this and stuff like that. But people also complain, like, how's he just teleport, Which I don't have a fucking problem with. He's my favorite masked character of all time. So it doesn't bother me. Jason can do whatever the fuck he wants. I'll like it, except explode and become a penis worm.
Yeah. I guess I can see other people getting angry about it because it's like, I guess it kind of removes some of that mystique and supernatural elements to it. But I don't know. I mean, it's kind of whatever to me. I think it was cool for like the little set piece that it was.
Yeah, what do you think, Alex?
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, especially since they're pretty much saying he's lived there that whole time, then to show what he's done and how he's doing it, I think is cool.
Yeah, that's the thing is I think it's a bit of a trade-off, and I think like for what it gives to Jason's character versus like kind of taking away his mystique a little bit, I think it makes up for it. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, in these movies, like, I feel like Jason is the main character. He's really what you're going to see.
He's been the main character since part 3.
Yeah.
To me. Like, you go, as soon as the hockey mask is introduced and he has that signature look, and it's like, okay, we're fucking cooking with gasoline. Like, Michael Myers is dead and buried. Jason has a fucking hockey mask, and he's a whole lot cooler, Cody, what do you think about the tunnels?
I like it. I agree with Owen. Like, it kind of makes up for it. It helped. I like that it helps explain the fact that he's getting around everywhere, how quickly he's getting around everywhere.
What do you think about the setup of the bells? Like, if there's someone hitting the tripwire, he kind of knows exactly where they're at, so he can navigate the tunnels that way.
I mean, it's smart.
You don't think Jason should be that smart, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I don't mind him being that smart. I mean, just because he's...
Cody's like, well, I don't care.
Smart.
Somebody with autism bettering himself, I don't care about that. That's great. But no, he shouldn't be that smart. I'm fucking with you.
No one... Just because his face is fucked up don't mean that he doesn't have a big brain.
Yeah, got
a big dick.
He's had to survive out in the wilderness for 30 years somehow.
But yeah, so Jason, he gets to the end. They do all the great tropes, man. Like when Clay's in the barn and he's looking back and forth waiting for Jason to come out, you see there's a window behind him, and they have the thing where Jason jumps through the window to grab you, which he does in part 2. he does in part 4, and he kind of does in part 6 a little bit. So I think that's really cool to have that little greatest hits note.
Yeah.
I do like it when they hit him with the bear trap and then they throw the chain into the grinder, the wood chipper, I guess. Which I'm thinking, like, if it's continuously sucking up this chain, this is a long ass fucking chain to a bear trap. Like, this thing's got to be like fucking 10 feet long. And I love it when, like, he gets strung up onto the barn because it's like over, I guess, a headboard or whatever. So he's getting hanged, right? Or hung. And the board breaks. He hits the ground. And he has a 2x4 in his hand. He just uppercuts Jared Padalecki. Like, boom! Like Mortal Kombat. I'm like, damn, I fucking love that. I remember loving that, like, clapping at that part when I was watching it the first time in the theater. I was like, yeah! The Jason comes up, like, whoop, whoop, like, toasty! And then, you know, the wonderful line of, say hi to mommy in hell. And, you know, she stabs him, like, in the chest with a machete, which I don't understand why she takes the machete out. Just leave it in at this point. Like, they always take the weapon out of Jason when they do something to him. And then his head is just getting, I guess, chipped up by the wood chipper. I remember thinking, like, how's he going to come back in this movie, you know?
And then
because I thought there was going to be a part 2.
Putting his body through the wood chipper, they're like, or leaving the body for the authorities, they're like, let's go dump him in the lake.
Hey, let's get rid of the evidence that shows there was actually a maniac. Let's just let them think.
What about the dude that Travis was like attached to that truck? Like, how do you think he explained that one?
Dude, okay,
Oh, yeah.
So I've not seen these movies in fucking forever, but there's an uncle character in the 2003 remake and the 2006 prequel, the beginning of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where he's missing his leg and he's got glasses on. He's like a foul-mouthed character. I thought that was the same actor that was playing that truck driver, that's actually the dude that owns the barn. Like,
Yeah,
where
because
that
you
dude
see that
was working.
truck when they
Yeah, as
show
he
that barn.
plays driving up to
You
it.
got that dually,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah, but I thought for some reason, like, that was the same actor because of the wore hat and glasses, look similar, but it's a different dude completely. But I just think it's funny because so in the theatrical cut, he gets Trent with the machete through the chest. Dude looks over and he sees that, gets the truck started up, and then he immediately gets impaled onto the truck and drives off. The killer cut, dude's having a hard time popping his clutch, getting his truck started, all the while Trent is getting played like a fucking accordion with that fucking machete in his chest, up, 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 up. And then Jason does his, like, half choke slam through his chest onto the thing, which was pretty cool. They had a mechanism that it was, like, strapped to him like a bulletproof vest, and it had, like, this little thing that just slides up on his back and his chest, and they had a fake machete head and a fake machete handle on the other side. So when he picked him up, but he had legitimately had to pick him up himself. There was no strings to help him do it, and so you saw that where it was kind of shimmying up him. That's he was trying to do that, where Trent's trying to react to it, and then they do the scene where they kind of pick him up and just put him in that spot, which is a pretty cool behind the scenes how they do it. Yeah. So that's a pretty cool kill. Trent has a really good kill. He has one of the best screams in the whole series. When Bree gets thrown through the cop window, he's like, it's like that's fucking hilarious, dude. So yeah. Also, how the fuck did Clay and Whitney get Jason's 6'7", 250-pound body over to the dock of the lake from the barn? That motherfucker was like solid, and he's dead.
They found
It's
a
also
car.
like, there's no way you guys, dragged him on a cart. Like, thump, thump. His head's just hitting the ground. Thump, 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 as it's dragging him. And then the classic Friday the 13th jump scare, which is funny when they jump Jason's body into the water. You kind of see his face clearly for a brief second as he's going down, and then they kick his hockey mask, which kind of reminds me of Jason X. When he's coming through the atmosphere on Earth 2 and you see his hockey mask floating to the bottom of that lake. And then Clay goes over to Whitney, and right before he can get to her, Jason, in his hockey mask, jumps up and grabs her through the deck, which is pretty dope, which is obviously just a dream sequence. But that is the end thus far for Jason fucking Voorhees.
Until he comes back to sell you hard cider, Angry Orchard.
You know, I guess we could talk about that real quick because I was telling you, I can't remember. Somebody was using the bathroom or doing something. So I think it was just me and Owen talking about it on one of the episodes. But that whole short film, they have this, like she gets drugged into the lake by Jason and then she comes back. Like she's almost undead. And then she has Jason's evil and she kills him. And then her and Jason have a face off and that's the end of the thing, right? And it's like, so did you guys just kind of do like Halloween ends in like 15 minutes but with Jason? Like Michael has a power given to this other kid, the other kid's killing like Michael, and then they have a face off. Like, okay.
That's the power of Angry Orchard, baby.
Hell yeah.
It is. Now, there are quite a few fan films on YouTube that people have put together of Jason. Some high quality ones like Never Hike Alone and Never Hike Alone 2. Never Hike Alone 2 actually brought Tom Matthews back to be Tommy Jarvis, this guy who played Tommy in Part 6. Yeah, so you got a lot of people that put a lot of love and care in Jason that's not associated with the company, and they're paying their money to make these things. So if you get a chance to see some fan films on Friday the 13th for Jason on YouTube, support it, like, share it. I mean, they deserve it. They care more about the franchise and the character than the creators do.
Yeah, no kidding.
At this point. So, goddamn, man. I hate trying to wrap this. I don't want to wrap this up just yet. We'll talk about the rankings in just a second. But we'll go through recommendations. I'm going to start with worst to best. Cody, do you recommend this movie?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you said yet. Like, yes. I'm
Yet.
like, what? Yeti? What?
Yes,
What are you
yes.
talking about? Like hanging on every word, like hanging on every fucking letter. What do you say? Owen, would you recommend this movie?
Yeah, sure. You know what? You can give it a watch.
Okay. I told you he was going to be very neutral. Alex, do you recommend this movie?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's everything you want in a Jason movie.
Yes. I 100% recommend this movie just because it's in my top 4. I'll go ahead and give my rankings real quick. Alex, you would bring up your letterbox. You give us your ranking in a moment. Cody's going to do his little, I guess he's already done his little math equation for us.
Mm-hmm.
But Cody sent me my list. I'm going to go ahead and just read them off since it'll be the last time I ever get a chance to talk about this. So I've talked about plenty of times Part 4 and Part 6 interchange for my favorite one at any point. I think Part 4 is probably the most rewatchable one for me. Like the one I just go to watch is Part 4. But for nostalgia's sake and in honor of my grandmother showing me these movies and Part 6 being her favorite, I'm going to leave Part 6 permanently as my number 1 favorite Friday the 13th movie. My second favorite is Part 4, the final chapter. My third favorite is Part 2. Just Part 2. There's a tagline. My fourth favorite Friday the 13th movie is the reboot. Then my fifth favorite would be Part 3. And then my sixth favorite would be Part 8. And then my seventh favorite, I'm surprised I have these so ranked low. My seventh favorite would be Freddy vs. Jason. My eighth would be Part 7, The New Blood. My ninth would be Part 5, A New Beginning. My 10th would be the original Friday the 13th because it's extremely missable at this point. My 11th favorite would be Jason X. And at the very bottom, near and dear to everyone's heart, my 12th favorite Friday the 13th, Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday. So that's my rankings of the entire franchise. Cody, do you want to go through your rankings, sir?
Yeah. Yeah, so number 1 on my list is the reboot.
Oh, damn! I wasn't expecting that! Man, he fucking caught. Holy shit, that was a curveball. Was not expecting that shit. It's like the Blue Jays going into overtime in the we're at Game 7.
Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah, I guess I should clarify because I know a lot of this episode has been me just like pointing out different criticisms of the movie, but to me, this is the most well-made production-wise. It is the most well-made plot-wise. Although it can get a little confusing because just how many characters there are in the movie, but and overall, I think it's the most enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
So yeah, number 1 is the reboot. Number 2 is part 2. Number 3 is the original. Number 4 is part 5. Number 5 is part 6. Number 6 is Freddy vs. Jason. Number 7 is part 8. Number 8 is part 4. Number 9 is Jason X. Number 10 is part 7. Number 11 is part 3. And last on the list is Jason Goes to Hell.
I thought Cody was going to say number 7 is part 8. Number 8 is part 7. I'm like, well, I'm getting confused now.
Yeah, that's why I had to slow down a little bit because like it'd be like, oh, this is part 6, and then number 6 is this, and then it's like, okay, I gotta make sure I'm saying the right numbers.
I do partly wish that all these movies had taglines just so we can say, third one is part 3, fourth one is part 8. A lot of fucking numbers in there. Owen, what is your ranking, sir? Did Cody send them to you?
Yeah. Me and Cody got together. So number 1 for me.
I heard Cody gives a wicked blowjob.
Yeah, it felt awesome. We did a little 60-90 action.
Is that where I just is that where I just like Elphaba when I do it?
That's where you. Never mind. Sorry. So number 1 is part 6. Number 2 is part 5. Number 3 is part 4. Number 4 is the reboot. Number 5 is Freddy vs. Jason. Number 6 would be part 2. Number 7 would be part 3. Number 8 would be part 8. Number 9 would be part 7. 10 is X. 11 is the original, and then last place Jason Goes to Hell.
Cody, what is the consensus for the Filmoscopy group?
So the Filmoscopy Podcast overall ranking, I'll start from the bottom to the top. Now we're here. Number 12 is Jason Goes to Hell.
And that's consistent for everybody, is the best part.
Yeah. Number 11 is Jason X. Number 10 is part 7. Number 9 is the original. Number 8 is part 3. Number 7 is part 8. Number 6 is Freddy vs. Jason. Number 5 is part 5. Number 4 is part 4. Number 3 is part 2. And then we had a tie for number 1 between part 6 and the reboot.
Ooh. You know what's funny? Cody, in your drunken state, you said after Friday versus Jason, you go like, right now, the number 1 consensus is going to be part 6. And then you said something to the extent of, like, this is going to be replaced the next time. I go, are you sure about that? And so it at least tied. So Jason 6 is still at the very top, which is enough of winning. But
Jason.
Yeah, I thought for sure that the reboot would knock it off because going through all these movies and even like having not seen the reboot in so long, I felt like the reboot was probably going to be the best one for me. Now there was always a chance that would change. I forgot that in that moment I wasn't thinking that Owen also had number 6 at number 1. The fact that you two have part 6 as your number 1 is what kind of like helps it stay there because mine on my list it's 5th.
Yeah.
But you two have the reboot a few spots lower than the number 1 spot. So like if Owen had put like the reboot just 1 spot higher, for example, it would have pushed it to be the number 1 overall on the list. But
real quick too, Cody, did you say number 7 for the consensus pick was part 7?
Number 7 for the consensus is part 8.
Okay, what is 6? Is it Freddy versus Jason?
Yes.
Okay, so I have 3 matching with the consensus. Like my number 1's part 6, so you could tie. It's 1 or 2. It's that's a match. My number 6 is Freddy vs. Jason, and my last one is Jason Goes to Hell, which is everybody's last one.
Yeah,
But it's just interesting. I had 3 that actually lined up with a consensus, which is pretty cool. Man, that's so cool. I'm like part 6, reign supreme. All right, so our guest. Substitute host. I don't know what you call it. You might be like the Dion Lewis to Cody's Derrick Henry as a host that you could substitute in. Cody will get that reference. Alex, what was your total rankings of the franchise, sir?
Okay. So number 1 for me is part 4. Number 2 for me is part 2. Number 3 for me is part 6. Number 4 is the remake. Number 5.
Me and Alex, dude, like our top 4, like, yeah, boy, you know.
It's right in there, I know. Number 5 is part 3. Number 6 is Freddy vs. Jason. Number 7 is the original. Number 8 is part 7. Number 9 is part 8. Number 10 is Jason X. Number 11 is part 5. And number 12 is Jason Goes to Hell.
So, Alex, your number 12 matches with everybody, Jason Goes to Hell. You said your number 8 was part 7, right?
Yes.
So that's my number 8 as well. When I put the reboot at 4, it jumped it down. Your Freddy vs. Jason was your 6th one, you said?
Yes.
Okay, so that became my 7th one. It was 6. But yeah, so you went 4, 2, 6 in the reboot. I went 6, 4, 2 in the reboot. The only way I justified it, I could have put the reboot higher, was like I just couldn't put it higher than the movies it was like referencing. Like I already put it higher than the original because I don't think too highly of it. And I put it right above part 3 because part 3 is kind of a mess. But 2 and 4 are like pretty solid top 3 of the franchise, and I couldn't put it in between them or over them because it referenced so much of 2 and 4 in this movie. So that was my reasoning for 4 being the reboot.
I know. I nearly jumped 6 this time, but I was like, God, I just love. There's just so much nostalgia for 6. I think I'd go back to it more than I'd go back to the reboot, even though I might say that I think the reboot is better than 6.
Yeah, I feel you. Like I said, I keep 6 at number 1 just completely for respect for my grandmother and nostalgia. Part 4 probably like the number 1 Friday the 13th that I'd go back to. So I'm curious, Cody and Owen, if you were to go back to any of these movies to watch, which one would you just go to? Not the one you picked number 1, but which one you'd be like, oh, that's an easy watch. I wouldn't mind just watching if I had to watch another one. So I'd go with you, Cody, first.
It would be either Freddy vs. Jason or Jason X.
Okay.
Mainly, I wasn't on the Jason X episode for the whole thing, unfortunately, but Jason X is just, both of those movies are very nostalgic for me as a kid. Having both of those on DVD and just watching them, I can't even tell you how many times I've seen both of those movies. So I know they're not great. Jason X, like quality wise, is pretty terrible, but it's just one of those like guilty pleasure type things, and it's an easy, enjoyable watch.
Okay. Owen, was there one, if you had to go back to pick one, which one would you rewatch?
Just one. Probably part 6. I feel like part 6 has it isn't entirely just a retread, and I feel like it has some interesting stuff going on with the grown up Tommy Jarvis and stuff. So I just think that's the best one.
Okay. Hell yeah, I like that. So I know Alex doesn't regret jumping on these episodes and watching this series. Do you guys regret putting your time into these movies, or you're just like, fine, we got it watched, I'll probably never go back to this?
I'm glad to have it done.
No. Yeah, I'm glad it's finished. I mean, it feels satisfying that it's done now.
Yeah, it's cool to say I've watched every Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't regret it or anything.
Yeah. It's not like it was awful or anything. I mean, some of the movies sucked, but
I mean, it'd be different if this was like the filmography of what? How do you? I don't know how to say his name. U Bowl or whatever.
Uwe Boll or Uwe.
Yes.
It's Uwe.
Yeah, Uwe Bowl. Yeah, I mean, if it was those movies, I'd probably be like,
careful.
I hate.
He'll
you.
find us and he'll kick our asses in fucking boxing. So be. Have you heard about that?
I mean,
No.
He back in the day, I guess he probably doesn't do it anymore, but he would whenever he read a bad review or when somebody talked smack about his movies, he would invite them to a boxing match. And one guy actually went, and he went kind of like as a joke to like, you know, basically be a clown, but like he literally like beat the shit out of the dude. Which, I mean, to be fair,
Yeah.
that
that doesn't change the fact that he's probably the lowest average rated
yeah.
or the lowest rated director on Rotten Tomatoes.
No, yeah, his movies suck.
wait. Which guy is this again? I was thinking of Steven Seagal because I missed it. I was talking to Riley.
Uwe
No,
Uwe Boll.
yeah, go ahead.
His IMDb is pretty funny. Have you read that?
No.
he has an IMDb where he rates movies, and it's all just like, this movie sucks. This lady should have shown her tits.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, for those who don't know, Uwe Boll, like, I think English-speaking viewers or movie watchers will probably know him best for, in the early 2000s, he started making a lot of like film adaptations of video games. So like he did like House of the Dead, Blood Rain, Alone in the Dark. I think he did a sequel to Blood Rain. He did a Far Cry movie.
His only good movie, the Postal movie.
And basically all of his movies are just awful. Like 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Bad. The fact that they even made a second Blood Rain movie is insane to me.
I'm just looking at his filmography. I can't believe how many movies he's gotten to make. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Like, so I just brought up the first Blood Rain. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 4%. And they made a sequel to this movie, which, by the way, didn't even make its budget back. It had a budget of $25 million, and it only brought in a box office of $3.7 million. I don't know if someone was, like, laundering money or something through him.
Yeah.
Or what the deal was.
There's some kind of exploit in like German film funding or something that he exploits somehow to fund his movies. I don't remember the exact details, but yeah, he's basically kind of taking the bag from the German government.
What's crazier is like the people who own these like movie rights, right? Like they give him the money to make these movies, or they give him the license to make these movies. So you're kind of like tainting your brand a little bit with this. Like it's
yeah,
Man. Especially those early ones that were Hollywood productions.
Mm-hmm.
Cody, I mean, look, as a fellow descendant of German blood like Alex and you are as well, I don't think you can really taint Germans as much as they've done themselves for the last 100 years. To be completely honest.
I'm not saying taint. I'm not saying taint that. I'm saying taint like, oh, hey, Ubisoft, I want to make a Far Cry movie. They're like, okay, here you go. Here's the license to make Far Cry, and it's like one of the worst rated movies of all time. Like, didn't even make $1 million in the box office.
I mean, that is bad.
Lance, that made me realize I am in a server of Germans. As the sole Englishman.
Yeah, you are. You are a World War II POW.
Yeah.
Like here, watch this shitty movie and like it. Owen.
You will watch the movie, yeah? No, turn it bloody off. Stop it.
My German accent I go to is the pointy orange alien from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. He goes, "Whose birthday is it? He just does a spanking," and stupid shit like that. So, but yeah, damn. this is. I mean, I won't probably watch a Friday the 13th movie for at least a year. I mean, I tried to watch them the other day, like watch part 6 around Halloween, and I just couldn't get into it. I really don't want to watch this. I guess because I've just been forcing myself to watch these for this show. Damn. Yeah, that's it for Jason Voorhees at this point, man. It's cool that we actually finished the series. I guess I need to finish at some point the Psycho movies, which is really only part 1, part 3, and part 4.
In the
We
remake.
won't do that remake. Damn, we ain't doing that remake. That's the most pointless remake. Of all
I
time.
am a
You
surgeon.
don't want to hear Vince Vaughn splurting against the wall
Doc-
when he's looking through the people.
Is that the one with the dude from The Good Doctor?
No, that's
No,
Beethoven.
no.
My bad.
That's based on the show. Yeah,
Dr. Han, I am a surgeon.
I am a surgeon. I've seen a stupid ass meme.
You mean Charlie from
Jesus
Charlie and the
Christ.
Chocolate
Oh, yeah, I
Factory?
forgot he was that, too.
Ugh, fucking movie! I swear to God.
I am a chocolate maker.
Chia seed pudding. I am a chocolate maker.
Willy Wonka, I am.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, so man, yeah, like I said, that's it for Jason Voorhees. My selection of movies coming up, we'll be doing 2 Dragon Ball Z movies just to do a palate cleanser. Then we're going to be jumping into the Halloween series, which I think will have more hits than misses with this crowd. I will say right now, Alex, I know they're going to hate Resurrection. I think for some reason they're going to hate Part 5, which is one of your favorites. They're probably going to hate Part 4. They'll love 3. And Cody's already seen 3.
We're talking about Halloween.
And I
What
think
about
they'll like
6?
2018. Ooh.
Ooh.
Which so my question is, Alex, which cut should we watch? The producer's cut or the theatrical?
I mean, I think. Oh boy, I think you just do theatrical and see how they feel about how it came out.
Yeah, I mean it's chaotic. I mean that's the first one with Weinstein involved, and it's just fucking
Gulp.
chaos.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, oh boy. Well, what's cool is so shout out to Scream Factory and their smaller division of films, Shout Factory, for putting out the Friday the 13th box set that I got on Blu-ray. I was fortunate to get a copy. It's about to go out of print. It has all the special features from that 04 1 through 8 collection that came out in 2004, which was pretty cool, and some extra ones. But shout out to them. That's what I use for all my research. And some of a little bit of the Crystal Lakes book. I watched the Crystal Lake Memories Blu-ray front to back, did all the commentary on it. So shout out to that as well for all the research and all the help doing the series. And the Screen Factory put out a Halloween collection that I got years ago. So I got a Halloween, the first one, I got that in the TV version of the movie, which has extra scenes. Halloween 2 in the TV version of that movie with extra scenes. Both producers and regular cut of Halloween 6. So that one's got a lot of like juice to it too, which is pretty cool. So, shout out to like that when we get to Halloween. So our next movie will be Owen. Owen, do you have a movie picked out yet, sir?
Yeah. I think I want to do RoboCop 2. I've never seen it before.
Yes. Yeah, baby. I'm talking about it.
RoboCop.
They're alive. You're coming to me. Oh my god! I fucking just. I was so excited, Alex, when he picked RoboCop because it's like the easiest thing for me to watch. I'm like, God, I love this fucking movie. And the fucking theme song is just like burned in my brain from because na 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 na. So RoboCop 2 is gonna be interesting. I remember Kane being the RoboCop 2 villain and remember it scaring me as a kid because it was just like terrifying. It probably looks goofy as hell now, but I remember that. So after RoboCop 2, Owen, what will be your movie, sir?
Wait. Do what?
No, Owen, Cody. Goddamn, okay, Cody.
I was like, what? I got to pick again?
You're
Shit.
like, you can't make me pick 2.
Yeah, what the hell?
My next movie is going to be It, the 1990 version.
More like
Cody,
shit.
If you remember, now Cody, if you remember, I did ask you when I got to this turn coming up, I could have back to back, and then you would take my turn the next time. Are you still cool with that?
Hell no.
He's so quiet, like because I was going to do the two Broly movies. I want to go back to back on those.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so yeah,
that gives me more time to finish the book anyway. So
yeah, and then when we get like, you can probably do your two It movies back to back, like one and two. So it'd be.
But
Well, I meant like the two that actually like are not just one between the credits. You know, like, all right, don't forget to rewind past the credits to finish watching the It chapter 2. What do you mean there's a part 2?
That's the thing. I don't know. So, like, when you go to HBO Max, the 1990 It is all just, like, compiled into one thing. It's not, like, separate. It's not broken off.
No. No. You're not going to have to sit there and say, fuck, I got to find part 2 somewhere.
The runtime is, like, 3 hours and 10 minutes. But
yeah,
I don't know if the credits are still there in the middle of the movie.
I don't think so, okay.
Yeah,
I think because it was released almost like a mini series is why it was put together.
I mean, it was released in 2 parts or whatever. But because I had a I think I've told this story before. I had a VHS tape of it when I was a kid, and I didn't know for years that there was a part 2. I had gone to visit my mom, and we had rented it from a video store, and when we rented it, there were 2 tapes or whatever, and I was like, oh, that's weird. So when I got home, when I got back to my dad's house, I grabbed the VHS tape, and like I noticed that there was like a whole section of, like, you know, for those of you who remember VHS, you could see in the little window how much tape is like there or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I looked in the right hand side, and there was more tape. Because, like, all of it was on one, like, the version I had at my dad's was all on one tape. It's just, you hit credits after the first part, and then you had to fast forward through the credits or watch through them for the second part to start. So I don't know if the digital version on HBO Max is the same way.
Was that an official release,
I'm pretty sure they fixed
it out,
or was it just? Are you sure that was an official release, or did somebody just tape over both parts?
Yeah.
No. It was an official release because it was like
okay.
The It thing was like printed on the cassette or whatever. It wasn't like someone wrote It on it.
Yeah. I remember watching that version of It, and it was on VHS tape, and I was like, oh, you have to fast forward through this. I'm like, that's fucking weird. So they just put like the 2 TV episodes, or, you know, whatever you want to call it, TV movies, on a fucking tape. They didn't even bother like just putting the credits on one side of it and put it together. It's like, you know, this is probably a fumble at some point. And I don't think there was any inclination on the box that said, hey, yeah, stick around for the second part after the first part of the credits. Like, no, there wasn't anything that said that either. So it's pretty wild. But yeah, so we got RoboCop 2. We got It from 1990. And then I got Dragon Ball Z Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. Then Dragon Ball Super Broly. And then we'll be going into It Chapter... Owen's movie, then It Chapter Uno and Dos.
Yeah.
Alex, what do you got coming up on I'll Take 3, my friend?
We're doing 3 Stephen King movies.
Oh.
So that's should be coming out.
Are you going to do Maximum Overdrive?
I know. Well, we just recorded The Shining, and then we're gonna do Misery. I don't know what the third one will be, and we did Life of Chuck for a different theme.
Do Maximum Overdrive, please.
The newest version of Firestarter.
Oh, jeez. But
hey,
our next episodes coming out are ones we did with a guest, and we were lucky enough to have Lance come on, and he picked the film The Comebacks. So that was a lot of fun. That'll be coming out soon.
That's just a funny title.
Man, dude, that movie is something else. Like, it's probably best for its one-liners than it is like any of the action in the movie. It has one of my favorite all-time lines in it where this girl is like the main character is David Kochner. If anybody knows, he's the bald guy with the cowboy hat and Anchorman 2. And he he goes he's talking to his daughter and she goes, "Look, I think this is the one," talking about her new boyfriend. He goes, "I want what you and mom have." And he goes with a smile, "Herpes." And she goes, "No, true love." He goes, "Oh yeah, true love." That too. So it's like when he looks at her with a half smile, he goes, "Herpes." I'll text Alex randomly and be like, "I want what you and mom have," and he'll just go like, "Herpes."
Yeah, and he says it like,
And then
of course you want herpes, not like herpes. He's like, herpes.
He also tells like his wife when he's getting back into coaching because he's a football coach. She goes, "Don't you forget about your family now." He goes, "What? Family's number important." And then she goes, "Oh yeah, when's the last time you've been to Michelle's dance recital?" And he goes, "Michelle." She goes, "Your daughter." He goes, "Oh yeah, that's right." Then you hear a baby cry. He goes, "What the hell is that?" She goes, "Your son." He goes, "Scruffy." He goes, "No, Billy, Scruffy was your dog when you were 10. There was one more line I texted Alex that I didn't spotlight, and I don't know if I fucking still have it, man. I wish. But I told him, I was like, "Man, I can't believe I didn't fucking say anything about this. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. 1 second." Me and Alex text, but we don't text a lot. I'm talking about Carson
Is
Wentz.
it the,
It's fucking wild.
I mean, I think I know which one, because I remember us talking about it, where he's like, "Why didn't you score a touchdown, coach?"
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's talking about his days as a football player. And he goes, "I didn't score a touchdown, of course." They go, "Coach, why didn't you score?" He goes, "Quick answer, no talent." He goes, "But long answer, we didn't work as a team." I can't believe I fucking that part. I just love, I love that part. I get to the part where Alex beat me in Madden, which wasn't great. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. I'm
Oh, yeah,
struggling
it
now on
was.
this competitive mode, though.
That's good. I can't wait to kick your ass, buddy. Uh, I think I may have passed it. Oh wait, yeah. So we did the little ranking there. Anyway, yeah. So if you get a chance to watch Comebacks, it's such a fucking weird but funny movie. It's got some moments in it that are just. Ooh, Alex almost died reciting one of the lines one time at Buffalo Wild Wings, and he almost died another time all at IHOP. Like we were talking about something, he started laughing as he was eating his like chicken fried steak, and he started throwing up. He ran to the bathroom, and it was like about 5-10 minutes. I look at Jacob, like, "Hey, you gonna go in there?" He goes, "I'm not going in there." So yeah, check out I'll Take 3 episode with me. I might actually listen to that one because I usually don't listen to anything I'm on. So, but if you listen this far, Sarah, I don't know if she still listens. I know Alex does. So Alex, thanks for listening. Um,
You're welcome. Although I
Yeah,
won't listen to this
if you-
one probably, because I'm on it.
And motherfucker, you better listen. We're the only one that we got. Now it's weird. We got 18 subscribers on Spotify. We got 9 reviews, and we're at 4 stars for some fucking reason. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Alex has like 6 reviews, and he's at 5 stars. I'm like, whose dick are they sucking to get good reviews on Spotify? And
I'll take it.
YouTube, we have like 118 subscribers, which is fucking insane. I'm like, I don't know who you people are, but thank you. But anywho, yeah, if you listen this far, like, share, subscribe the episode, or comment on it if you didn't like it. Comment on it you did like it. Let us have some feedback. That would be awesome. Filmoscopy Podcast. Put us on your Google machine, and we'll pop up on X, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, whatever Google does for podcasts and all that stuff. Also, check out I'll Take 3 with Alex, his brother Jacob, and his lovely wife Kristen. Movie Treasure Hunt Podcast. I don't think they call it that anymore, but it's what it used to be. And as always, finish him
Off.